main A4 between Bath and Chippenham. Box. What's Box famous for? Box Tunnel just down the road. My cameraman might even film it as we go past, unlike the last time we tried to do this film. Over there, Cologne. Look at that beautiful scenery, fantastic. Box is famous for Box Tunnel, Isambard, Kingdom Brunel. Just down here, Peter Gabriel Studio. Somewhere up here, through the trees, is Salisbury Hill. Gabriel was so inspired by sort of climbing up on Salisbury Hill, you know, I can see the city lights. And that's Bath, just over there. Fantastic. But we're here for another reason. This is a little secret in the box that we're about to go and see. Here we are approaching the little village of Box. Look at all that beautiful, lush scenery. Salisbury Hill is just over that hill. And over here on the left is Box Tunnel. Look at Box Tunnel, it's very beautiful. You see Box Tunnel? Yes, Isambard, Kingdom Brunel's Box Tunnel. But there's another reason we're here, and it's about things we love. Now, what do we love? Well, here we are in Box. Beautiful manor house here, look. Dates back to a long time ago. Church over there for people that like to pray. Of course, I don't, really. A little garage in the middle of the village. The manor garage. Established 1982, obviously been here quite a long time. Quite interesting cars, nice old Porsche, G50 Box 3.2 Carrera convertible, another one, lovely old E-Class, 310 220, lovely old car, £61,000 new this car, and now 14 grand, 10 grand, great value for money. But that's not what we came to see, because here, hiding round the corner, is the Tomaso Pantera, which I'm going to get in. About the Tomaso Pantera GT5S. Fantastic car. Built in the 70s by Vignali in Italy. The company was owned by Tomaso. Alessandro Tomaso was Brazilian. Powered by a 350 Ford engine. Early ones were Cleveland, late ones were Windsor. More of that later as we go up the road to see it. Is you can't drive any of these cars particularly quickly unless you're on a racetrack. Here in this little built-up area we've got a 30 and a 50 limit, so as much as we can have a little stab at it, we're going to have to be reasonably sensible. Apart from the fact I don't really want to end up in the back of that lorry. Oh, come on, you boring people, get out of the way. We're only doing 30 miles an hour and a 50 now. Let's do this. Oh, yes, let's do this. Oh, that was just fantastic. Okay. What a lovely blast from the past. Of course, there was the Countach and the Maserati Merak, very similar looking cars, and in actual fact a lot of the parts on Tomaso's fantastic Pantera look like parts from the Maserati. I think the rear lights actually are Maserati Merak lights. Door handles strangely look like like Fiat Strada ones, but actually I'm told reliably that they're not. They specifically were for the Pantera. We've got an indicator stalk here that very strangely looks like it came out of a Mark II Ford Cortina or a Ford Escort. But you can't take away from the fact that it sounds amazing. Okay, this is the undignified bit, because when you're 19 stone like me and wearing sandals, because it's hot, you have to do all this really strange stuff. Right. Look at it. Let's just look at it for a minute. How absolutely fantastic is that? Beautiful. So, like I say, the brainchild of Alessandro De Tomaso was a Brazilian. Italian sports car built very close to Modena by Vignali. In '74, Alessandro De Tomaso, a very headstrong man, fell out with the Ford Motor Company and Vignali and ended up building them in very small numbers and hand making every single solitary one. The car came in three guises, actually four in total. The GTS, which was a narrow-bodied car, and often called the push-button, was the very, very early one. The GT5, which was the car with, for the few of you that remember, the old Toyota Supra, it had screwed-on wheel arches, and as you looked at the side, there were actually visible screws holding the wheel arches on. And then this guy's, which is the GT5S. After this car, pretty much it was all over, but there were 3 or 4 Pantera SIs, which was a very over-body kitted car with a lot more power, a little bit more refined, but like I say, only 3 or 4 were ever made. Here's the business end of the car. As I said before, they were fitted with 350 Clevelands, and then the later cars were Windsor. This particular car is 408 cubic inches because it's mine. And I had it bored and stroked, and it's just so fast. Runs beautifully, ticks over beautifully, but mid-range power is fantastic. Well proven ZF gearbox. On this particular engine I've got Roosh cylinder heads, roller rockers, Holly Street Avenger carburettor. It produces somewhere near 400 brake horsepower. But the mid-range power, which is where, as far as I'm concerned, we can use it on the roads today, unless you're on a racetrack, which so many of us aren't. Everybody's going for brake horsepower. But the reality is, fun, drivability, instant power on your foot, no turbos whizzing up, waiting for hours and hours for something to happen. It's like, wow! And that's exactly how it is. So there's that gorgeous Windsor 408. What more can I say? I think we need to hear it go up the road. So I'm going to go through the very uncomfortable getting back in, which you can watch. You do it like this. Thank God I'm not wearing a skirt. Actually a little bit easier to get into than it is to get out of. In case I haven't introduced myself, I am the thinking man's Jeremy Clarkson. Fat Jeremy Clarkson. Obviously we know he's a little bit portly, but he's not quite this portly, but it's because I stopped smoking and apparently he still hasn't. My email address is paul@paullangley.co.uk. Oh listen, oh my God, oh yes, I had to just do that. Oh yes, we're gone. So, the De Tomaso Pantera GT5S, 18 of them left now in the UK. This one's off to Australia because sadly I've sold it, but it was drive this, drive the Ferrari, didn't really know what to do. So the long and short of it is, Tried to be sensible, owned it 8 years, it's going to Australia. Fantastic car, really look at it, it's beautiful. You're going to hear the noise for the final time. So if you want to ask me any questions or you want to send any suggestions for little things that we can review, cameras, cars, underpants, Paul at Paul Langley, PaulLangley.co.uk. Fill your boots, because I'm about to.